Something happens when you walk across the threshold of the school. You change. It changes you for the better. And all of a sudden you find something that's very exciting and you become part of it.
This is a special place. I think that it's the finest education you can get for a boy between 5th and 8th grade in New Bedford, bar none. It is probably one of the finest educations that you can get in Eastern Massachusetts, bar none.
It's an amazing school that focuses on building relationships, small classroom settings, focuses on kids who need mentorship, kids who feel that I can't, they're there to say you can.
Nativity was the first place that taught me confidence.
At Nativity, it's all about growing as a man, as an individual, and then spreading that to your community and those around you.
This school, in my opinion, isn't like any other school I've learned or seen before.
It's the best opportunity that you can give your child in life. It's a brotherhood. Everybody here belongs.
When the school was founded, it was Barry Hines, our founder. He had a couple teachers. He had maybe two other adults and teachers in the building, and like 6 or 7 students, and that was it in 2000.
The budget was very tight, and it was a situation where all people had to be rowing the boat together. There was no extra, there was no slack. Everybody was teaching a full load, and everybody was committed to the kids and to one another, because if they didn't do it together, things didn't get done. And I think that the kids benefited from seeing what community was and the commitment that the teachers had to them and to the school.
Nativity Prep has really mastered the small school setting, and I think that's what families are buying into. I think that's what makes this a wonderful place as a teacher. You have this small, intimate setting where you really get to know students beyond just being their English teacher. You're also maybe their advisor, you're a coach. The depth of relationships, the ways that students are connecting with their teachers, it's a way stronger bond that I think also will help with communication to families. That's where the small school feel comes in and really maximizes what we're getting out of kids and what they're getting out of this experience.
When one of those boys walks through the door, every adult in the building is gonna know their name, and not only are we gonna know their name, but we're gonna know their story. We're gonna know who they are, where they're from, what neighborhood they're from. We're gonna know all those things, and it might not seem like a lot, but when you're sitting in a classroom and you're trying to teach a 12-year-old math and they're not getting it, and you're trying to figure out how to connect with them, that's already built in, because you're gonna know that kid inside and out. Because when these boys from this city know that someone cares about them, then they can start the learning process, right? They'll be able to do that because we build the relationship with them first.
A student can come in here from a background that maybe is a little bit tumultuous, and they can have a family that's gonna hold them accountable, that's gonna be a place where they can look forward to coming to every day. They can say, hey, this is an awesome school to be at. I've got teachers that care about me. I've got administration that cares about me. I'm gonna be held accountable maybe if I don't wanna be, but that's a really good thing. They're fostering a generation of young men who are the next leaders of New Bedford, of Massachusetts, America really. And this school is a place where really good ideas are developed and grown.
They learn to be gentlemen here. And the looking you in the eye and shaking your hand and calling you by name is very powerful. When they graduate from college and they've come back, you can see that. And they tell you that. They say, this is home. And that's the power. They really still want to be actively involved in this school.
Back at the very beginning, when Barry Hines was head of school, his dream was to have the young men come back and teach at Nativity. And we are finding that now, and we have a steady stream of our graduates that come back. They realize the importance of service to others.
I'm giving back. I'm giving this education, this relationship, this connection to these boys that I was given. And when I was here, the teachers stayed here till 8:30 at night. And that was every day. It's not easy, but the mission that you're fulfilling is unbelievably necessary to the support and to the betterment of this city, of this school, of this world. So the least I can do in my own world is, give my energy, give my effort, give my positive reinforcement to people that need it.
Holding on to some of the threads from even the founding of the school is important to the school. And at the same time, it has to evolve. When people talk about change, it's obviously scary because you literally don't know where you're going sometimes. But change is going to happen 5 years, 10 years from now, if we're talking that timeline. We ought to be in an enhanced building. Even a larger space would make a world of a difference, I think.
I get the question all the time about school size, about expansion, what do we want to do? I think there are some things that are non-negotiable. If we're gonna leave this building, guess what? We better stay downtown somewhere because this is who we are, right? We are very much a school that's in the city of New Bedford, in the heart of New Bedford. We can't get away from that student to teacher ratio. So if we're gonna bring in 60 more boys, we better bring in 20 more teachers, right? Because that's the magic of what we are. I know there's hundreds of other boys in the city right now that could benefit from this, but you have to do it in a thoughtful way, right? We can't just wave a magic wand and say, all right, now we got 300 kids, woo. We gotta make sure that we're intentional about keeping the small size magic as we grow.
I hope that the future of Nativity is long and prosperous. I would really like to see a continued belief in the Nativity family and the Nativity system. People buy in. And when you buy in, really good things come from that hard work.
What I would like to see Nativity Prep continue to do, they're already doing it. I'm really proud. I look at the staff, the team, they seem happy. They have a remarkable leader. I'm proud that they're in this city. And I can't wait to see what the next group of young men are going to do moving forward.